Have you ever looked at a picture of the pyramids and just wondered, what's really inside those massive stone monuments? They stand there, silent against the Egyptian sky. For thousands of years, they have guarded their secrets. They have watched empires rise and fall, they have seen treasure hunters come and go, and still, they keep us guessing. We think we know so much about ancient Egypt. We've found tombs, we've deciphered hieroglyphs. But the pyramids hold mysteries that we are still trying to solve today. It's a riddle written in millions of tons of stone, waiting for someone to find the final clue. These structures are more than just old buildings, they are time capsules. They were designed by some of the most brilliant minds of the ancient world. They were built on a scale that is hard to even imagine. Think about it, no modern machinery, no cranes or power tools, just sheer human effort and incredible ingenuity. They were built to last an eternity, and they have. They challenge everything we think we know about the capabilities of ancient people. Every time we think we have them figured out, a new discovery comes along and changes the whole story. The desert sands are always shifting, revealing just a little more of the puzzle. What was the ultimate purpose of these colossal structures? The credit goes to the ancient Egyptians themselves, tens of thousands of skilled laborers, masons, engineers, surveyors, artists. Modern archaeology tells a different story. We found a workers' village near the pyramids. The evidence shows a well-organized, well-fed workforce. These were respected builders. They lived in a planned community with bakeries, breweries, medical facilities. We even found their tombs. Their burials show they were honored for their work. They were building for their king, their God on earth. This was a national project, a source of immense pride. It brought people together from all over the kingdom. They worked to ensure the pharaoh's successful journey to the afterlife. That journey ensured Egypt's prosperity and stability. So, why go to all this trouble? Because of the Egyptian concept of the afterlife. For them, death wasn't the end. It was a transition to another, eternal existence. The pharaoh was the most important person in the land. His successful journey was crucial for everyone. The pyramid was his launchpad to the stars, a machine for resurrection, designed to protect his body, his mummy, forever. The shape itself was significant. It may represent the primordial mound where life began, or maybe it was a stairway to the heavens. Construction was project management at scale. So what exactly did the pharaohs need for their journey into the afterlife? The short answer is, everything. The ancient Egyptians believed that whatever you were buried with, you could take with you. This meant the pharaoh's tomb wasn't just a burial chamber, it was a fully furnished home for eternity. It had to contain all the comforts and necessities of life. And since the pharaoh was a king, his afterlife had to be a royal one. This is why the pyramids were designed to be packed with incredible treasures and supplies. The goal was to create a perfect, self-sustaining world for the pharaoh's spirit, or Ka. Imagine stepping into a freshly sealed pyramid chamber. You would find it filled to the ceiling. Ornate furniture made of gilded wood, chests filled with fine linen clothing, precious jewelry, alabaster jars containing perfumes, sacred oils, games to pass the time, model boats to magically transport the pharaoh on celestial waterways, jars of wine, beer, preserved meats, grains. Everything a king could ever want or need was placed inside, ready for use in the next world. But the most important item in the pyramid was the pharaoh's body itself. The Egyptians believed the spirit needed a physical body to return to. This is why they perfected the art of mummification. It was a long and complex process. It took about 70 days. The internal organs were removed, placed in special containers called canopic jars. The body was dried out using natron. It was wrapped in hundreds of yards of linen bandages. Amulets and magical charms were placed between the layers for protection. The finished mummy was then placed inside a series of nested coffins, like Russian dolls. The final coffin, often made of solid gold or gilded wood, was placed inside a huge stone box called a sarcophagus. Let's take a trip inside the most famous pyramid of all, the Great Pyramid of Khufu. This is the big one, the last surviving wonder of the ancient world. From the outside, it's a mountain of stone, but inside, it's a labyrinth. Passages, chambers. For centuries, the original entrance was hidden. Explorers had to force their own way in. Today, we enter through a passage carved by treasure hunters long ago. As you step inside, the air immediately changes. It becomes cool and still. The silence is profound. You are leaving the modern world behind and entering a space sealed for millennia. Your journey begins down a long, narrow passage that slopes downward. It's called the descending passage. It feels like you're heading deep into the earth. This leads to an unfinished subterranean chamber. Why is it there? Was it the original burial chamber later abandoned? No one knows for sure, but this isn't our destination. Heading back up, you find a new passage branching off. This is the ascending passage. It's a steep climb. You must crouch to get through. Suddenly, the narrow passage opens into something incredible. You are standing at the bottom of the grand gallery. Look up. The ceiling soars high above you. Walls of polished limestone. The corbelled ceiling forms a stunning ascending archway. Walking its steep floor, you feel reverence and awe. At the very top of the grand gallery, you pass through a low passage and enter the heart of the pyramid, the king's chamber. A simple rectangular room lined with massive red granite blocks. The craftsmanship is breathtaking. Blocks fit so perfectly you can't slide a paper between them. In the center sits a large, lidless sarcophagus. It is empty. Its contents were stolen thousands of years ago. Just when we think we have the pyramids all mapped out, they reveal a new secret. One of the most exciting methods is called muography. It uses cosmic rays, particles that rain down on Earth from space to scan the pyramids. It works kind of like a giant X-ray. By detecting how many of these particles pass through the stone, scientists can identify voids or empty spaces inside. In 2017, this technology led to a mind-blowing discovery in the Great Pyramid of Khufu. Scientists found a massive, previously unknown void. It's located right above the Grand Gallery. This space, now called the Scan Pyramid's Big Void, is huge. It's at least 100 feet long, about the size of the Statue of Liberty from its heel to the tip of its torch. What is it? Is it another Grand Gallery? Is it a hidden burial chamber for the true king? Or is it simply a structural feature, designed to relieve weight from the gallery below? The discovery sent shockwaves through the world of Egyptology. This wasn't the first time a secret space was found. Just below the Big Void, another smaller corridor was discovered near the pyramid's original entrance. In early 2023, a team managed to get a tiny endoscopic camera inside. The footage revealed a simple, empty corridor with a gabled ceiling. Again, its purpose is a mystery. These discoveries prove that the ancient architects were full of tricks. They built secret spaces into their designs. Were these meant to confuse tomb robbers? Or did they serve some unknown ritual purpose that was never meant to be seen by human eyes again? When we talk about pyramid treasures, it's easy to imagine rooms overflowing with gold. And while there was incredible wealth, most pyramids were looted in ancient times. Robbers tunneled into pyramids, bypassed complex security features, and made off with the portable wealth. They took the gold, they took the jewelry, they took the precious metals. What they left behind is often just as fascinating. They left things too big to move or not valuable enough to steal. Massive stone sarcophagi, pottery, stone vessels, broken pieces of furniture. In some cases, the remains of the mummy itself. These remnants give us priceless information. They tell us about burial rituals. To see that splendor, look at the one tomb found almost completely intact. Tutankhamun's. Tutankhamun wasn't a major pharaoh, he was a boy king. His tomb was small and hastily prepared. There were over 5,000 objects, golden chariots, beds, thrones, jewelry, his iconic solid gold death mask. The volume and quality are mind-boggling. Now imagine the Great Pyramid, built for Khufu, one of the most powerful pharaohs, a long, prosperous reign. Treasures that would dwarf Tutankhamun's, tons of gold. The loss to ancient robbers is one of archaeology's greatest tragedies. No story about the pyramids is complete without talking about the curse of the pharaohs. The legend is famous. Anyone who dares to disturb the final rest of a pharaoh will face a terrible fate. This idea really took off in 1922 after the discovery of King Tut's tomb. But soon after, strange and unfortunate events began to happen. Lord Carnarvon died unexpectedly from an infected mosquito bite. At the moment of his death, all the lights in Cairo were said to have gone out. This story captured the public's imagination. Newspapers fueled the fire, reporting on mysterious deaths. Most Egyptologists and scientists say no. There has never been any ancient curse inscription found on a royal tomb. Some scientists have proposed a more interesting theory: dormant bacteria or toxic mold. When we think of pyramids, we usually picture the three famous ones at Giza. But they are not the only pyramids in Egypt. In fact, there are over 100 pyramids scattered along the Nile. The story really begins at a place called Saqqara. Imhotep built the very first pyramid for his king, Djoser. The famous step pyramid at Saqqara. It doesn't have the smooth sides we're used to. At Dashur, Sneferu built two massive pyramids, the Bent Pyramid. Learning from that, Sneferu's next project was the Red Pyramid, the first true smooth-sided pyramid. These earlier pyramids were the training ground for Giza. After thousands of years of searching, after centuries of exploration, is there anything left to find? I don't think so. We're on the cusp of a new golden age of discovery. Technology is giving us superpowers. We can see through stone. We can analyze DNA from microscopic fragments. We can digitally reconstruct entire sites. Every new tool gives us a new way to ask questions, and a new chance to find answers. The discovery of the big void inside the Great Pyramid is proof that major secrets are still hiding in plain sight. What is inside that massive hidden space? We don't know yet, but the effort to find out is pushing the boundaries of science and exploration. It will require new robotic technology, new scanning methods, and a lot of ingenuity. The search is not just for hidden rooms and gold. We are still uncovering the secrets of the people who built the pyramids. Ongoing excavations are revealing incredible details about their daily lives. We are learning what they ate, what illnesses they had. These discoveries are just as valuable as any golden treasure. They bring the ancient world to life. There are still countless tombs and settlements buried beneath the sand, each one a potential time capsule. So, the expedition is far from over. The pyramids continue to hold their deepest secrets close. They challenge us, they inspire us. They remind us that there are still great mysteries left in the world. Will we be the generation that finally unlocks the last chamber? Will we find the fabled Hall of Records, or an intact royal burial from the Old Kingdom? Perhaps some secrets are meant to last forever, but that won't stop us from looking. The pull of the unknown is too strong. The final answers are still out there, under the Egyptian sun, waiting. The adventure continues.